Hey loves, I am popping in really quick because I just decided to turn the camera on actually. I was here experimenting and I thought, you know what? I'm loving what I was experimenting with. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to turn on the camera and show you what I'm doing. But yeah, so I have quite the mess happening here and I'll try to make this brief because I'm just, you know, kind of going for it. But so I have 8 new stencils in the shop, and every time I get new stencils, I'm always experimenting, like, how can I use them? You know, I design them kind of for specific reasons, but how can I, you know, take them to the next level? And so these ones, the new ones, are real kind of super graphic and actually kind of simple patterns, which I love because I don't have any. You know, like simple patterns. But this one's kind of like, I wish I need a better background. I was completely not prepared for this. I just turned on the camera. Let's see, can I see it better here? This one's like city writing. It's called urban words, and it's like park here, out of order. I'm kind of in this grunge phase. I've got a new workshop coming out called Gratifying Grunge, and I was just so in love with it, and so part of this was inspired from that workshop. But so this one, and then I've got a real kind of grungy door one. Oh, I cannot wait. I can't wait to get some texture in here, and wait till you see next. Let's see, I think next Sunday's Sunday inspiration. This is lines. Look at how fun and graphic that is. Ooh, I cannot wait. And this one might be my favorite. It's a mask. Wait till you see. I think I'm trying to think. I think by the time you see this video, you'll have seen me use this one. Polygons, squares, just real simple graphic ones that I am loving. But okay, and then just a flower one, just flowers, and it's called Just Flowers. But as I was here, I'm like, I want to be able to use these differently, and so I pulled out my acrylic inks, and let me just grab this stack. This is just from right now. You know, because I need more collage papers, but this is all acrylic inks that I stenciled with, and I love the imprint, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this a little bit more because as soon as I did this, I'm like, nope, I'm going to stop and I'm going to turn the camera on and share it with you. But I just love the unpredictable feeling of the acrylic inks, just the really soft, like, imprint of them. I cannot wait to layer these. I can't wait. Yeah. Oh, this is the, look at this one. This is acrylic ink just on my mask. Ah, I love it. It's going to be so good. This is just extra like cleaning up with my tissue paper. Oh my gosh. But I know this looks like a mess, but I love this, like, kind of bled out design. Oh my goodness. Okay. This one was done. So I'm going to set this one aside for a second. This is acrylic ink. Look at how amazing. This is done on tissue paper and deli paper. And most of my cleanups are tissue paper. But, oh my gosh, I can't wait to lay, oh, look at this one. I don't know if you can see the subtle squares in there. Oh, it's so beautiful. This is actually, okay, so those were all acrylic inks. And then I thought, well, what if people don't have acrylic inks? Let me set that over there. So then I pulled out my fluid acrylics, like just fluid acrylics. And I thought, well, maybe that would be cool with it. And yes, it was, because that's what this is. That's what this one is. This one was, this was the first one I did, and so I was a little heavy-handed. But my cleanups, are fantastic. Like this in a background, like just this tiny little bit of, I just get so excited. And then, let's see. So this was fluid acrylics. Look at how, that's the urban words. Oh my goodness. It makes me so happy. I just kind of tried it with everything. Look at that. I can't wait to put that in a piece. And this is the doors. Look at how awesome. But the other thing, so I'm like, okay, what if people don't have fluid acrylics? Well, how else can we use it? So let's see, set that aside. Then I got out my crayons. So like my Neo colors and my Marabou crayons. And I just scribbled in my stencil and then came back over it with some fluid matte medium. That's what this is. This is crayon. Look at that. I'm really, really excited about that. This is all crayon. I'm very, very excited. Now, I will put some fluid matte medium out on my palette and cover this with some matte medium and a brayer just to make sure that it's water, like it's permanent. But hello. And then I also this is also crayon. And this is really cool because, so I'm just going to set this aside really quick. So all those crayons, so like if I just grabbed my Neo color and just quickly went in here, I'm just doing this real fast so you can see. And then I just put out some fluid matte medium on my palette with a little brush and came back in and used that fluid matte medium to activate the crayon. And it gives me that kind of messy look as well. And I'm doing this on deli paper. I'm really happy about that. And because I'm using it with fluid matte medium, it's now permanent. So that's what this is. And then I used my markers. Look how fun that is. I don't know if you can see that or not. So cool. Same here, markers. I just was trying all these. This is all crayon with fluid matte medium. So I am going to set this aside really quick, and I'm just going to do a little bit of experimenting with you just so you can see. So let me put all these gorgeous papers. I mean, of course I'll use them like regular, like with acrylic paint and with my spray paints and things like that. So I've got, this is a piece of deli paper out here underneath, and I've got some tissue paper and more deli paper. So that's tissue paper. I probably should have prepared better. I got so excited I just turned on the camera. So, okay, so let's do fluid acrylic. Let's do it with this one. So I just kind of put the fluid acrylic out here. And then I'll grab a brush. This is kind of a bigger brush, but I want to make sure I've got a little bit of water on my brush to kind of water it down. And then I just kind of paint right over. And let's just do this one too. Oh, did I just cover up the one that I just did? I think I did. Okay. Now, I know that doesn't look like much, and I might have had a little too much water on there, but, so if I bring this down here, and I take my piece of tissue paper, look at how pretty. And then, so I'm going to leave that like that, and I'm just going to grab some acrylic ink. Now see, I could come back in and see stenciling over this once this dries. But I'm just going to put some acrylic ink here. Over here. And I'm going to do that same thing. I'll try and make my brush a little bit drier this time. So I'm going to try that one again, I think. So my brush is drier. And I might need a little bit more acrylic ink. Oh, I got a little bit of teal in there. That's really cool. So cool. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to put this down right here and take a print of it because I don't want it to dry. That's the acrylic ink. I think you can see that. Let me see if I can put this down and get a better... Can you see that? How pretty is that? I love it. And this is actually deli paper. So I think I'm gonna put a piece of deli paper out here again. And I'm gonna do that again. And then I'm gonna pick it up with tissue paper. Tissue paper is a little bit more absorbent. So let's do this one here. And acrylic ink on my deli paper. Okay, I'm going to lift that up. Cute! And I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to come back over with some tissue paper now. And see what I got. Look at that. Love that. I kind of want to pick up what's left, see what happens. Not much. Okay, now I want to do the same thing. There's always this real fun extra print that you get. So I'm going to do my fluid acrylic here again. Try not to go so heavy-handed with it. Tiny bit of water because I want it fluid like acrylics, like acrylic ink, but not as much as I had. So let's just try that again. Yeah, nice and fluid because I want it to flow out. I want that kind of unpredictable feeling. So do that. Okay. Nice. I like those nice dark lines in there. I'm going to turn this around, put this down here, and pick this up with my tissue paper. Oh, that just doesn't get any better than that. That is amazing. Now see what happens is then I want, look at, yes. Now I want to try it in all the colors, right? So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna put a piece of tissue paper down, shiny side down. Pull that up. I know I'm making a mess. I'm gonna grab, see if I have a little bit left in here. This is a fluid acrylic. Put that out there. Whoop. That was a lot of fluid acrylic. Rinse out my brush. Make sure there's some water on there. Not too much. Yeah. Okay. Now what do we get? Now because I'm working on tissue paper, it's going to be pretty flimsy, so I got to work fast. I'm just using up all my paint that I got here. I got a lot on here, so I might as well use it. Okay. move that over. And then I need another piece of deli paper to kind of soak up some of that. Put that down. Oh, just makes me so happy. So anyway, that's what I was playing with. Acrylic inks and acrylic, fluid acrylics. And then all this is just great. Even the ones that are kind of blobbish are great. Great bases. Because then I can come back over and stencil over it. Okay, and then the other thing that I want to show you real quick, and then I'm going to create a journal page with what I've, with some of my papers, not all. So let me put this back down. Shiny side down on my deli paper, right? Yeah. And then I'm just going to grab, let's see, this one, right? That's the one so I just grabbed a crayon. You can use Neocolor too. And I just kind of went over it and then smushed it in. I love that. This might be one of my favorites because it's got kind of that dark edge and it's real inconsistent. I love this. Okay, I won't do the whole thing just because I showed you it, but I wanted to show you this. So look at how cool. I mean, it just, I love the look of it. Love it. And then what I would do is I would grab my fluid matte medium and put it out here on my palette. This is what happens when you just turn the camera on. Not ready for anything. And load up my brayer with my fluid matte medium. So I've got my medium here. And then I would just quickly roll over it. Ah! Oh, hey. Wait, watch. Well, that was a pleasant. I better clean this off or I'm going to get more. Let's see what we get. So I'm just going to load up again, go back over this. It's a little grungy, but I'm 100% okay with that. Love that. But I love that I got this imprint here of this first swipe. So you just need to clean off your brayer a little bit better than I did because I'm hurrying so I don't take up all of your time. But yeah. So now this is permanent because it's got fluid matte medium on it and I can now put it down on any project I want. So, okay. So I created with my crayons. I even tried woodies and they work the same. Neocolors, all the same, kind of like this. And I can use it with fluid matte medium. I didn't use this, the marabous are so rich and creamy that I didn't, activate it with my fluid matte medium because I liked how nice and dark and rich it was. I could even, so it would be the same if I did like a flower. So like my crayon here, if I just kind of rub that in, this one's got, I've got matte medium on it. So it's a little rough, but I could come back in and rub over that. I'm just kind of quickly doing this so you can see because it rubs up against the edge and it's so cool. Look at how amazing that looks. I love that. And then I would just come over with my very dirty brayer and some fluid matte medium, and roll over that and see if I got an imprint. Not too much. So now that's permanent. That's pretty cool. A good way to use up the crayons that you haven't been using. So anyway, okay, so so crayons, and then I did use my pencils, but you guys don't need to see me do that because that's pretty self-explanatory, pencils and pens, and then acrylic inks and fluid acrylics. Super fun way to get some wonderful, wonderful prints, wonderful, just all kinds of goodness. So anyway, I'm going to take some of these, I'm going to get these dry, I'm going to take some of these and create a quick journal page for you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this, me just popping in and turning on the camera. And you can, when you see this, you can check out the new stencils in the shop. All right, I'm going to get creating.